Asanteni sana. Ndugu yangu, rafiki yangu, my fellow cabinet colleague, Mheshimiwa Kuga Eric, ambaye tunamuita kwa cabinet Gen Z wa cabinet. He is our Gen Z kwa cabinet. Mani Gen Z marwa. Na pia your PS Kinia Kimodo na watu wako, chairman, CEO, Madam Ambassador of Hungary, our development partner and our friend, DG, Deputy Governor, Kisumu County, Sir Matthews Owili, na Mheshimiwa from Awendo, Walter Weno, the MC of the area, together with your colleagues of the County Assembly of Kisumu. Jokobongo, Okweuru, Okweuru Keno. So let me make a few comments or remarks in English, then I will make a few remarks in Luo or in Doluo. First, Waziri, I am very delighted to be here. I remember discussing with your PS, and I followed it up with a discussion with you in my office when we were with your PS in Kanana Kulalu. We went to inspect the project of Kanana Kulalu, where already 1,500 acres are under irrigated agriculture. And we talked about rice production and other crops, and more particularly irrigation in Nyanza and the western region. And we agreed that there is great potential in this region in terms of irrigation. The only thing that was missing is funding, resources. Otherwise, with the resources, we have good land, we have water around, and we can do irrigation. We don't have to rely on rainfall. And that is what exactly we are going to do. And so for this project specifically, and we agreed that day that we would come here, we would also go to Nzoia, Lower Nzoia, and we will go to Suba. There is a cluster there, but before that, we were meant to go to Oloch Kimera, and finally to the Lower Kuja irrigation scheme. But starting with this one, this is the first one we have started with today. I want to particularly thank the government of Hungary for using your taxpayers' money to help us in developing and supporting irrigation in this republic. We will forever be grateful to you because we know you have other uses, you have other use for the resources that you are giving us. But you have treated or handled us and taken this as a priority. Thank you very much. In Kenya we say asanteni sana. And so there is an investment here of 650 million shillings coming from the government of Hungary to support, first rehabilitate and upgrade and upscale the irrigation projects of Kubong, and to have solar pumping system, because the other one is very expensive. I'm told every month you are spending about 1.7 million on electricity. Now that is going to be eliminated because now we are going to have solar powered projects. We are going to put 625 acres more into irrigated agriculture in this area. And our intention is to add 375 acres more. And you have said you only need 50 million. Now that one we will not go to Hungary. You will come to the National Treasury, that money will be available. Yeah. No. Adage what you want. Media will follow me. Yeah, so what I'm saying in short is that the additional 50 million to make it 700 million, the Kenya government will put in the 2026-27 budget, so that we support agriculture here, and we will continue supporting more. Now, in terms of development, this region is not going to be forgotten again. This region is part of Kenya, and as we attend to other regions in the Republic, we must also attend to the Western region and Nyanza in particular. A lot of times projects, resources are allocated, and our region has always been neglected. We are not going to do that anymore. I know you have asked me about Korusoin. The Korusoin Dam, and maybe I'll speak about it in Luo. The Korusoin Dam is going to cost us well over 20 billion shillings. Now, that is why we have started an infrastructure fund. We have sold some shares in Safaricom. We have divested from Safaricom. And we are also privatizing Kenya Pipeline Company, so that we can raise resources to do these projects which cannot be done with our taxes, because our taxes are already squeezed. We are paying debts which were taken all the way from 2013, even before we got into government. Loans were being taken. And you know, mnajua ni wapi hiyo pesa ilienda. Si mnajua? So because we cannot borrow more, and because we cannot tax Kenyans more, we want to create a national infrastructure fund which is already in Bunge. We want before the month of March issue, we are done with that bill, and already we are raising money. Next week, I'm getting money for KPC, 106 billion, and I'm getting money from Safaricom, 244 billion. Tutaweka pamoja kwa National Infrastructure Fund. Then we will do Korusoin, we'll do other dams in the country, and we will also do our airport, which is stuck, and we do other things which can bring economic growth. That is the way to go. Si maneno ya kusema hati hii ni jiwe yetu tunachunga. Tunachunga nini? And we have no water to, we have no water to irrigate, to feed our people. People are dying. And you are saying we are protecting KPC. You are protecting it to do what? For us. When after tukiuza some shares in KPC, see, it will be held by other Kenyans. NSSF is buying shares there. KCB is buying shares there. Unclaimed assets, buying shares. Pension funds are buying shares. Kenyans, you and I, buying shares. Hiyo ni kuuza kitu. The majority of shareholders are still going to be Kenyans. Na tupate hiyo pesa, watu wafanye irrigation, tufanye dams, watu wafanye irrigation, wapate chakula, tukule kabla tutakufa. Si ndio? That is the way to go. Look at our airport, it's terrible. And someone is saying, hadi tuna protect KPC. Ni watu wa aina gani? Sasa Kalonzo juzi, ninaona Kalonzo anasema, we cannot sell KPC. He was in the Kibaki cabinet of 2009, which approved. He was the deputy president, which approved the sale and privatization of KPC. He was in the Kibaki government, which is sold 25% of Safaricom. Now we are only selling 15. Anapiga Kelele Kisii Karibu Akufe. What is this contradiction? When Kibaki and Kalonzo as his deputy, as his vice, were selling 25% shares in Safaricom, kwani akili yake ilienda wapi? Saa hii anajua to sell 15% is bad, 25% was okay. Wacha kucheza na watu bwana. Watu wako na akili. Na akili yetu imetuambia we have to divest, get money, do irrigation, watu wakule. Watu wanataka kukula chakula. Na chakula, we cannot continue to rely on rain-fed agriculture. Because mvua saa zingine inanyesha, saa zingine inakataa. Hatuwezi kupigana na Mungu. Akiamua mvua ikuji, sasa tunamchapa. Na kama mvua imenyesha, maji iko, kazi yetu ni kuharvest hiyo water, kuweka kwa dams. Alafu tunafanya irrigation wakati hakuna maji. That is what we are going to do. Ama namna gani? Hiyo ni mbaya ama ni mzuri? So that is the strategy of the government. Let me move quickly. I want to also mention that apart from irrigation, and by the way, we are going to enhance and upscale irrigation in Nyanza, because we can produce over 400,000 metric tons of rice in this region. I hope I'm not wrong with that. And we need only 700,000 metric tons to fill the gap so that we don't import rice. Sahi, what Anapiga Kelele, I had to sign a gazette notice to import rice to the country. We don't have to import rice. There is enough land in this country. We only need water to irrigate. Then our people will get jobs. The youth are coming out of colleges. Wanataka kazi. Na kazi hakuna. That is the only way to create employment opportunity. So my friends, that is what we want to do. Let me move quickly. Today and possibly next month, the president is intending to break ground here in Kisumu for SGR from Naivasha to Kisumu. Because SGR is stuck in Naivasha, it is not helping anything, and it is not helping anybody. First of all, it is uneconomical, and there is no one who has senses who can put his goods from Malaba or Kisumu in a lorry, transport them to somewhere around Maimayu in Naivasha, to put them there, to travel to take them, transport them to Mombasa. That person will just put his goods in a car, in the lorry, and load them there, and transport them direct to Mombasa. Therefore, the SGR we have today is not profitable. It has no value. We must extend SGR from Naivasha all the way to Kisumu to connect it to LJT and the rest, to go to Uganda, and also take it the other line to Malaba. That one is what the president is committed to do, and he said he will start the construction. We want to start the construction from Kisumu going this way. There will be a station in Sondu, there will be one who calls Sotik, there will be one in Bomet, there will be one like that. Mpaka tukue na line from Mombasa all the way to our border with Uganda. Sio ni mzuri? That is what now we call broad-based government. And na hiyo ndio inafanya watu wengine wakuwa na hasira. Wanakasirika kwa sababu there are people who believe that development should not go to some areas. And let me say this, Mheshimiwa, and I know who you are, what your stand is, how good you are, I know. This guy is a perfect gentleman. This guy, akona roho safi. How I wish you could be talking to that guy. I know you don't talk to him. Huyu mtu anatoka kwenye huyu. Anakutoka kwa huko, anakuja Bomet. Alafu anaambia watu wa Bomet ati President Ruto amechukua pesa yote, amewacha Wakalenjin bila pesa, hakuna miradi, anapelekea Wajaluo pesa. Na mahali anatoka kuna miradi zinaendelea mbele. Zinaenda mbele. Kwani sisi si binadamu kwa nchi. Sisi Wajaluo ni si binadamu. Alafu mtu kama huyu anasema ati anataka kuwa rais wa Kenya. Na anatembea na watu wengine. In fact, they say, if you want to know me and my character, check the people I work with. Anyone who is walking and moving around with Rigathi Gachagua is as evil in his mind as Rigathi Gachagua is. Because if you don't believe that other Kenyans deserve being in this country, then akili yako iko na shida. Na wale wanatembea nao na yeye, ninawaambia, if you don't want to stop walking with that man, then we will make a conclusion that hata nyinyi akili yenu iko na shida. Ama namna gani? Lastly, imagine this is 2026. From the time we got independence in 1963 to date is 63 years. Nyanza province has had no level 6 hospital. Ukiwa na cancer, the only thing that can be done here ni chemotherapy. And you know, doctors will tell you, immediately after chemotherapy, you need radiotherapy. In 1 month. If it passes 1 month, you are on your way to death. You are destined to death. That is how cancer operates. And our people go to Eldoret, the closest. Nairobi, you go queue for 6 months. By the time you are attended to, you are dead. And so many of our people have been dying. Because some people refuse to approve Jaramogi Oginga Odinga Teaching and Referral Hospital to be level 6. The moment I became CS National Treasury, that was one of the first cabinet memorandum that I signed. And I said it must be level 6. Now the budget, you know, really, and you can confirm this, DG can confirm. Walikuwa naweka milioni 400, 500 in a year for that hospital. Today, it is in the national government. It is in the hands of national government. The budget for this year we allocated for that hospital is 3 billion. And now in this supplementary budget, we have already put, in concurrence with the president, 500 million to complete the cancer center there. We are not even waiting the 2026-27 budget. And I was with the governor, I told him I'm coming back so that we can see how much is needed to buy equipment and install there. Because hospital is about equipment. We bring equipment there so that our people can be treated here. You know, people who come from Suba, if they go to Eldoret, hata hawajui kuongea Kalenjin. Na hata relatives hawako huko. Hawana. So, but if you come from Suba in Kisumu, you have your relative in Kolwa, Ziwapi, Kolwa, you have your relatives all over, Karate. Sindio? We want our people to come from Suba and be treated here. Not to go to Nairobi, not to go to Eldoret anymore. Sio ni mzuri? Na hiyo ni serikali ya nani? Serikali ya nani? Kwa wawati dodua tieki. Uinyo thurwa. Adwa ka odaki kamatin wach ni da ka one thuolo mathoth lakini nikesa ng'eny abiro ka odaki kamatin. Uinyo jodalawa. Andadwa na wuok gi vijende wa. Nikech vijende wa eman garaka. Un garaka sana. Iwuondo tuneno kiwuondo. Sigana mar Kenya ka wang'eyo. Kata ka ni onge sombu. Ibiro nuang'o kaka wasebedo kuwuotho siasa nyaka ne Kenya yudo uhuru. Kenya kaka ne bedi ni ok jaluo. Ng'ama nokelo uhuru Kenya. Yawa makoro pakore gi ginok ne kilaro mna lo. Emne kilaro gi wasungu. Lope gi mene wasungu ka. Jalue manodhi Lancaster, Jaramogi, Tom Mboya, odhi odhomo kisungu kujo, ma kisungu wacho ni aoyo, jogi karoseromo karitore Kenya. To kane locho biro, Jaramogi mononingo kuongo bed president ma Kenya ka. To ne Jaramogi odagi, ni jaduong' cha osesandra ahinya, jaduong' ing'eni ni koruma mang'eny, wewa ne oti, abiro yudo mara. Jaramogi pod rito nyaka kawuono. Dongo rito. To ene burka, dongo rito. To ne gi wuondo Jaramogi gi miyo mana higa 3 kama emobedo go deputy vice president to gole. Bang' mano donge kendo moyo baro gi dasi. Kichake ringo giduogo kuom Jaramogi mondo konygi. Ma Jaramogi kelo Ford mayienga. Ma Ford oyiengo piny. Mana ni golo thuon gweno. Ka gin sama koro ningo chiw telo Jaramogi koro ni miya uru mana higa 2 kende yawa ana ol. Aritie mana piny ni 2 years. Donge gigi omo wuodgi matuo loka. Magi kelo niki wira oganda wa okonigo telo. Bang' mano dogo Jaramogi to. Dongo wewe Raila bochako bedo gi chuny maler. Owacho Kibaki tosha mokawo kete telo gi wilbaro. Hello? Sama ne Raila campaign wuoyno. Ene mono yiende donje bedroom Raila kende. Kochiwo report moa Kenya mangima. Chieng' mano chamo muma Uhuru Park mano timo muma ni kaka ne oketo muma piny oringo kodhi State House kane Raila olawe State House gi Mudi Awuor nogie ng'ene gi edhoke. To Saitoti to donjo. Kanye mwakethore. Kato wawacho ni koro wamayogi. Mwayombo gi 207 koso nokwayo. To ne gimayowa gi bunde. Kongi 2013 no gimayowa. 2017 gimayowa Marago wacho ni gimayowa. Kono nyoge wacho ni gimiwa, nyoge miwa. Kono sani maraila manyogi nyalo miyo to setoni. Sani to koro gikono wango. Uwe wamakre gi wude lango ni kej wasetemo yagi. 2000 ne gimiwa. Uwe wamakre kodgi, wamiye ta maradi, ariyo. Kwase miye ta marariyo. Wan bende waikore 2032. Wabiro kao gini sama chon. Nikech wan bende wan gi ji mok dok chien. Koso? Sawa? Koso paro ni wabiro dok chien. An Mbadi ok adok chien. Kuch bende toka kae 2032. Akao nu gini sama chon. Kena ikore kada donjo ga yena mewa. Ani ngina wacho ni jipinde ni ot kise donjo idonjo. Kada ni donjo ga dot ko nondi not man divisha. Ko ma nondi divisha man yena mewa. Kise donjo ot onge ngama penjo ni donjo mikanye. Indi donjo kodi chien ni. O kamano. Kono jothurwa. Kudwaro mondo ganda oyud gini. Nyaka wamanjo mwama kugusiep waloso go weche sani. Nikech 2027 to poro onge ng'ama iko madhi bedo president. Omiyo yawa maringo tok joka. Ana kendi gitero wakani. Mondo kijana cha uketo wakani beringo ka. Nio fight serikali masani. Toringo to gwengi tamoae. Ere ng'ama okele odia. Ere ng'ama okele odia. To kijana wa matini ni. Dakono pino numera terimos. Rikini okkel gimoro. Irikini ahinya. Kuonge manye gavana ma Nairobi. Wane komi. Bas kuri kibi wuogi Mbadi gini. Ini wasebede tene. Waseng'e kata kaka kwalo ji. Terimos. To ji jaduong'wa mabadhe kocha. To wakone ni setiyo ndi. Koro kuywe. Ikiyo gik piraboro. Koro wene Mbadi gini. Sawa. Koso nitie ng'ama okoso ne ng'ato kanyo. Awero gimogik ni nderni unyo wa oketa ariyo. Ang'eyo ni nderni udwaro ndi. But nitiere ndara mawuok Rabuor Chiga. Nyoche wakete ang'eyo ni ibiro tiek wachni. To gi ndara mawuok Kawasi Katitu. En bende jokena paro noselande. Adwaro ni mondo wachak nderni go piyo walos arumo. Sawa. Atieko wechena. Thank you very much, Waziri, for coming. I will always support your ministry and support all the programs across, including the Mwea, that we still have some unfinished business. Dada tuna support mpaka Meru, ananiambia, remind mimi hivyo. Sasa, korodo madala ka, ere ya uimanka. Nitie vijana moko, ere vijana moko